Yabaraka,
Yabaraka,
Yahweh,
Wayash,
Shamarka,
Ya'ar,
Yahweh,
Panyaka,
Aliyaka,
Wayak,
Kanka, Yasha,
Yasha,
Yahweh,
Panyaka,
Aliyaka,
Wayasham,
Laka,
Laka,
Shalom.
Shalom, Akim, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Barakatham, to all you brothers out there watching the video. Before we get started, we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kakwadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth and sincerity to the four corners of the world. All right, in today's lesson, we're getting into, Esau's perpetual hatred for Jacob, man. And it started, all from the womb, until, now, man. All right, he's constantly, it's constantly been that fight between these two spirits. And, we're going to get the scriptures, to back it up. And Lord willing to be edifying.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Yeah.
And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
That's right. So, she's asking the Lord, inquiring of the Lord, if I be blessed with these children, with these two children in my belly, why is it that they're fighting in the womb?
Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
That's right. So the Lord is telling her that 2 different nations of people are in your womb. All right, and basically that they're 2 different races, man. They're it says they shall be separated from thy bowels, man. All right. So when these children come out, they're not going to be on one accord, basically, man. All right. You got it out.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
That's right. So one child is going to be stronger than the other child. All right. And the elder shall serve the younger.
And it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, they were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
That's right. So that's the oldest child, Esau. Yeah.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
That's right. So the younger had Esau's heel, man, representing, that younger child is gonna have, gonna be in rulership over the oldest child. All right. Yeah. You have any more?
You want to speak on that,
basically going to the point you just made. Okay, because it's going to come a time, because we know according to 2 Ezra 6 and 9 that Esau would be the end of the world, meaning what? That Esau would be the main heathen nation to be in rulership over the planet Earth at the time of the second coming of Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, but then after that, Jacob will be the beginning of the next world to follow after that. All right, and how would Jacob come into power? All right, after Esau's power structure. Okay, through Esau, Edom's power structure being pulled down, and that's what Jacob pulling the heel of Esau represents. Jacob pulling down the rulership of Esau, Edom in these latter days, in which the prophets, the men of the Lord, okay, are doing that, okay, spiritually, as the scriptures goes into the pulling down of strongholds. I roughly paraphrasing it. Well, spiritually, we're pulling down Esau, Edom's, rulership. All his lies and deception that he puts out, and then Yahushua and the angels are gonna, physically pull him down and cast him down to the earth. All right, cast down his rulership, his beast system. You got it up.
I got your precept. Just further clarifying that the Old and New Testament go together. The Old Testament slides into the New Testament. All right, Yahushua came in the volume of the book. This is Romans 9, backing the brother up. This is Romans 9 and 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Yeah, that was just back to you.
All right, Khan, because the brother said that by the election of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man, so the Lord had chose Jacob to receive that promise, from the foundations of the earth, man. The beginning was written. From the beginning, the end was already written, so it was predestined for all of that to happen the way it did,
Hey, I would appreciate also just backing him up, because ultimately, like the brother said, Most High separated them in identification, because it said Esau came out red like a hairy garment. Esau's name going into basically wasted away as he, due to the lack of melanin and pigmentation in his skin, all right, that translucent skin, all right, which was the mark of Cain put on him. So that spirit trickled over onto Esau, Edom, which was the spirit of Cain, which was the spirit of the serpent in the garden, okay? And this is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1, just real quick. Oldie but goodie, just backing the brother up. Now the serpent, because that spirit was in the earth from the very beginning, all right? The house of Israel, through the line of Adam, had an adversary on the planet Earth, and that spirit was Esau, Edom, all right? It says, Genesis 3 and 1, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh had made, all right? Not a little serpent, but a nation of people. Could brother get that word subtle? Because that identifies Esau's spirit, not only then, but as well as now on the planet Earth, man. That subtle, crafty spirit, man. All right? That spirit of the other side of subtlety, because you can have you can be subtle righteously, and you can be subtle wickedly. Esau is on that other side, and Jacob was like going into the name. It's in the name, supplanter. So that was always in our lives. You got it, brother.
All right. This the word subtile from Genesis 3 and 1, Strong's H6175. It says Irawam. It says subtile, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible. Okay. And then under definition B, it says shrewd, sensible, prudent. Okay.
Scriptures tell you thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no secret you can hide from him. That's Esau's nature, man. It's the nature of us and our forefathers to be smooth, living in tents, obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, man. The whole duty of man. The Lord displays and illustrates us that to us. What does he say? Fear the Most High, keep the commandments. That's the whole duty of man. The Lord didn't say go out and buy a Cadillac or go invest in your 401k. That's the simple duty that we will uphold, even from the beginning. That's Abraham, righteous sacrifice. You got it, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Esau, Edom, going back to the garden when he used the serpent, right? He was prudent, but on the left-hand side. just as the men of the Lord, okay, we that are of the hopeful elect in these other days, just as the Lord commands us to be prudent on the right hand side, which is which prudence goes into what? Using wisdom, using caution, things like that. Where Esau Edom, he uses wisdom, but on the left hand side, you know. Where's that?
You got it on Mars.
Okay, bear with me just for a second. I just want to back up the brother. All right, this is 2 Timothy 2:20. It says, "But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold or silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor." Just go backing up what the brother was saying. The honorable was the children of Israel, man, and the dishonorable was Amalek, Esau. That's it on that one. Go back to
You got it on mine. I got one after you. And whichever one you call for, just
were you done in Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all you wanted.
Genesis 24? Yeah, Genesis 27.
Okay.
41.
Genesis 27 and 41.
I'm gonna get that.
All right, good.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. I'm gonna start up a little bit. Come on. Before he goes to school.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 38. All right. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau, said unto his father, Isaac, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Okay?
That's right. So Esau wept because, Jacob got a blessing, man. All right. So he wept to his father and asked him, do I not have a father? Do I not have a blessing father? All right.
All right. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
That's right. So his father said, he will have what? The dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, the riches, man. All right. Like he would basically, as the scripture, he would rule the world, man. All right. He would have the fatness of the earth. All right. You got it.
Verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
All right, and it says, "By thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother," man. So, Esau was blessed with the sword, man. All right, that was his blessing. All right, to have the fatness of the earth, and to be blessed with that sword to kill. All right.
All right, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
That's right. So pretty much Isaac was on his deathbed, and Esau said within his heart, within his mind, that he's gonna slay his brother, man, because his brother obtained the blessing. All right, in the days of my father of mourning are gonna come, pretty much, you know. So basically, Israel, would suffer by the hands of Esau and that sword, man, in different fashions, whether it be physical, mentally, spiritually, you know, these different things, like whether it be the educational system, whether it be their medicine, we're in this society, all right? Got it out.
Can you read?
Is that it on that? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it on that out. Oh no, you can actually read 42.
All right, come. Verse 42, Genesis 27 and 42. But and these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
That's right. So Rebecca was entreating to him that, look, man, your brother's gonna kill you, man. You know, your brother's gonna slay you, man. All right. And we see that, man. We see that with the process of time, man. We see that, you know, that's exactly what he's been doing, man. All right. That spirit of hate from the womb, man. All right, has led him to what, kill his brother, man. All right, have a perpetual hatred towards his brother. All right.
Hey, if I may speak as well on the latter part of this verse, the latter part of verse 42, it says, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
Right.
So, you know, these devils, these Edomites, you know, it brings comfort to them and joy to their hearts to, to slay our people.
Yeah.
Over the years, all throughout history, okay, going back to Hellenization during the time of the Greeks, and then, the Romans with 70 AD, and then, when Esau Edom came back into power during the so-called Renaissance period, when they were running certain of our people out of Europe, the Moors and whatnot, the transatlantic slave trade, all these things bring comfort to Esau Edom to bring destruction, and murder upon our people, okay? Because these devils has had it out for our people, going all the way back to the womb of Rebecca, okay, and ultimately going all the way back to the garden when they were the serpent, right? And then eventually Cain, so that hatred, it's like they say, it's an age-old rivalry. We've been rivals since the beginning, okay? And these devils, they have comfort, slaying our old and young, our babies, our children, the men, the women, okay? Because they were created to be our enemies, you know.
Ezekiel 35.
I got one.
Oh, you got one?
Hey, and just backing the brother up, well said, the Lord has been tracking that spirit from the beginning, and we've identified that spirit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is Genesis 4:13. And as we know, Abel offered up a righteous sacrifice. Abel meaning transitory. As you see a bus come and go, that was likened onto the spirit of Abel, that righteous sacrifice. And the spirit of Cain was likened onto what? That wicked sacrifice. But ultimately, we can track and trace that spirit by the ways and the works and how Yahweh Shem Yahushua dealt with these particular characters. All right, this is Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. And just backing the brother up, just that mindset of Esau Edom, that comfort in doing wickedness. Here you are, you've taken this man's life for him doing a righteous thing, something that's pleasing to your power at the end of the day, Esau, as well, something that's pleasing to your power, and you still say, oh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. The Most High is fair, eye for an eye, man. All right? It says, verse 14, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And ultimately, that was this curse that was put on Cain, all right? And also going into that leprosy, okay? And as it trickles down onto the spirit of Esau Edom, you have him come out as a hairy garment, all right? Because why was he displayed and described as that? Because everyone else had melanin. That curse carried on, all right? Just like that spirit, the Most High doesn't miss. And still you have that spirit here today, grudging after that birthright that ultimately goes back to that. But it says, it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the brother mentioned the Renaissance period, and the Lord speaks of these things and identifies that spirit directly with Esau Edom, man. All right? From that curse that was put upon Cain in Genesis the 4th chapter. This is Job 30, and I'm gonna start at verse 1, and y'all brothers can get into it. Good. Job 30:1, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. And that's Esau Edom, man. All right, and we see that by his characteristics on the planet Earth. This man's high level, over the Richter scale with bestiality. All right, over the Richter scale with I'm gonna just say Ophelia. Okay, over the Richter scale with molestations. Okay, and he sits in this seat as if he's a true righteous leader, wants the best for the society. But no, man. Like the brother said, that perpetual hatred is ultimately going to be magnified through that Revelation 13 and 16. Man. He's going to really show you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes how much hatred he has for you, man. In these up-and-coming seconds of time. But it says, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste. And that's where you have Esau Edom identified as the what? The Neanderthals, man. All right? Those cave dwellers, they were in their righteous true state, man. All right? During that so-called period of time what they call the Dark Ages. What was so dark about it? You got Ghana, Mali, Songhai, Israelites flourishing in the West Africa, the Moors, all right? You got Israelites that's taking upon the customs of Islamic customs, all right? Everything was concerned in Israel as it always has been. Time itself focuses around our nation of people, man. So we know how to identify Esau through time. Okay, this is the same spirit. Look, he's doing the same things. This is Esau Edom. But last verse it says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. Notice that curse comes back, all right, through the spirit of Esau Edom. And he was revived unto the Renaissance period, like the brother brought out, all right? But ultimately, who had the power to raise Esau up, to put Esau in that cave dwelling state, to political running the world? Come on, man, that's only the Most High. We know this. It makes perfect sense, man. But it says, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. And the scriptures tell you, though he carefully sought it with tears, man. That's that spirit of Esau. Though he carefully sought it with tears, roughly paraphrasing, man. He was rejected of that blessing. So that's always been the spirit of Esau. Killing, robbing, stealing, murdering, everything, but still wanting sympathy. And you 2/3 blockheads literally are giving it to him, man. You're going to give him your body, your mind, and your body, man. You got it, brother.
I got one real quick. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. It says, least there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Going back to what that brother was going through in that scripture, man. All right, I will not let him, lie with what the flock of my dogs, man. Because what he's gonna what? He gonna promote. He gonna do bestiality, man. You know, this guy's
he's an advocate for transgression.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a spokesperson, an ambassador for sin. That's what Esau Edom is. He's an adversary, man. And like brothers always go into, in a good movie, which this is a spiritual movie being played out. In a good movie, you have heroes, villains, you have tussles between them, all right, struggles, certain scenes where the villain is getting the upper hand, certain scenes where the hero is getting the upper hand, the villain comes and falls his plan, but ultimately, that hero, Yahweh Shai, all right, is going to come and deliver his elect, man. We're superheroes in the sight of Yahweh Shai, and we're going to do outer worldly things and miracles based on our belief in Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Y'all brothers got it.
Yeah, some more in Hebrews 12.
I'm looking for that definition.
Definition. I'll look it up for you.
Right,
what definition you looking for?
Profane.
Okay.
You mind if I make a point?
Go ahead.
Right, because we notice how the Lord always uses separation. Even from the garden, there was two manners of people. You had the serpent versus Adam and Eve. You had Cain and Abel, two manners of people. Then you had Jacob and Esau, two manners of people. So the Lord was always about separation, man, even from the beginning. All right? This is Sirach 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. so it is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. And it's always been like that from the beginning. The godly against the sinner against the godly. All right? That struggle, that continual struggle. But now that struggle is about to end. All right? Because Yahushua gave his blood, and he's going to come back and avenge his elect, his hopeful elect. That's it, bro.
All right. I got the definition of the word ungodly from Hebrews 12 and 16. I'm going to let this play.
Strong's G 952. Bebelos.
Bebelos. Yeah, I find it interesting. It sounds similar to Babylon, but nonetheless, it says accessible. It says lawful to be trodden. It says of places profane, unhallowed, common, public place of men, ungodly.
That's right. Ungodly, man. Ungodly men. And he, like the brother was, Wadi was going into, he sitteth up in these high places, acting like he's the holier than thou, man. But he's the most profane man, all right, pertaining to his spirit, that's walking among the earth, man. All right. And if you the Strong's definition to they got one that says
yeah, I see what you're looking at. All right, this is the Strong's definition for the word profane in Hebrews 12 and 16. It says accessible as by crossing the doorway, i.e., by implication of. It says Jewish. We know we're not Jewish. It says, I'll say Israelite. It says of Israelite notions, heathenish, wicked, profane person.
That's right. So it says wicked, man. All right. So Esau is a wicked person, man. All right. As the scriptures say, can the leopard change his spots? No, man. All right. So Esau has always been wicked. All right, and he's always going to be wicked, man. All right. So the Lord ultimately eradicates him off the earth after those 1,000 years, man. All right. But that's it on that definition.
I got a quick psalm real quick. This is Psalms chapter 43, verse 1. It says, judge me, O Yahweh, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. So here it is, according to the Bible. There's a nation of people that's basically ungodly. That's their whole vibe, their whole entire spirit, to be ungodly, to be against the Most High Yahweh, to be against his begotten son Yahushua, anti-Messiah. Okay, and that's what this whole entire system is all about. We're living in the fulfillment of Esau's blessing, which is him having the fatness of the earth, rulership over the whole entire earth, okay, via the sword, his technology, his weapons, all right, warfare, and so on and so forth.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, what is Esau, doing with all the resources and the sword that he has to rule the earth? He's pushing nothing but ungodliness. Okay, sin. That's why he's known as the man of sin in 2 Thessalonians 2. All right. And it also refers to him in Psalms 43 and 1 as the deceitful and unjust man, because ultimately, nothing that, Esau Edom is going to come out as the unjust man at the end of the story. And and he's he's the one that's going to be found guilty of all the crimes that he's committed throughout humanity, going all the way back to the garden. And it's going to lead to him going, being put in chains for 1,000 years and serving his 1,000-year sentence in the kingdom of heaven until the day of extermination.
That's right, brother.
I have one as well. Backing you up. This is Psalm 71 and 4. It says, deliver me, O Yahweh, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the righteous and cruel man. All right, because that's what Esau is, a cruel man. All right, he was blessed to be the wicked, blessed to be the sword. All right, blessed to be to take the peace from the earth, man. All right, that wicked vessel. All right,
that's right. It's just the one you had called for earlier, and I have another one afterward. This is Jeremiah 13 and 23. You got it. It says, can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
That's right. So how is it that Esau, all right, is accustomed? How is a man that is accustomed to doing evil, all right, wants to even begin to even try to do good, man? All right, he's already then reaped the benefits of being wicked and evil, you know. So he thinks that's the right way, man. He thinks that's the correct way, and that's the natural order of things. That's what he thinks.
You can't get a clean thing out of an unclean thing.
Right, right. That's right.
I just had another one. This
Right.
is just backing the brother Amanya up, going into Esau's his greedy, devious behavior, because he heaps up these treasures. All right, he takes the resources of these different lands, but he stores them all up, and then he wants to digitalize the land and put his identity and all the inhabitants thereof, man. So that's a diabolical spirit, and that spirit of separation has always been on Esau from the beginning, man. To push his cause, all right, his image, his sacrifice as Cain, man. But it says James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, the elites are on the left hand side. Like we go into these international banking families, DuPont's, Gettys, Bilderbergs, JP Morgans, down to the lower level elites, man. They're all in with the gig, all right? The gig of the NWO. And the elect, we're the elite on the right hand side, so we're going to follow that plan along with Yahweh Shai, man. Because we are a part of his army. In the army, you have different archers. You might have somebody driving a plane. You might have somebody driving a tank. You might have somebody saying, hey, go at this place, make this formation. They're going to come at this, just mapping it out, man. The Most High is using his tools to make it manifest that these words are true, not the book of the dead, all right? Not the book of Enoch, not all these other vain jangling YouTube broadcasters, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and his men, we're going to be made that little diamond in the rough, that rose, like Jay like to say, I'm the rose that grew from the concrete. I come from project housing, Section 8. That's vanity and vexation, man. Your nationality, the name of the Lord, are like a whole different side of you through faith. But it says, James 5:2, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Because when you're in a desert and you're in a low famine state, you're looking at a cactus, but you're seeing it as a double cheeseburger. So you're under the pretense of a mirage. So that's Esau's system, man. It looks good. It feels good. You can go and spend money on this. You can go get pleasures like you may want to. But ultimately, when it sinks in, you realize you ate some fake steak. The chick you was chasing, she was a robot. She vanished in the metaverse. That's what the times are coming to, man. She vanished in the metaverse, man. Now all you have left is nothing but a corner, man. Before it's too late, hearken unto these words, man. Verse 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days, and ultimately, like the scriptures tell you in Revelation, you shall eat the flesh of kings. That's that weaponry, that armory. That's going to be eaten up by those ICBM nuclear missiles, the chariots, Yahweh Shai, man, the armory of the Lord, man. So why trust in it? It's a vain idol. It has no breath in it. That's like, into the system and the image. But it says, the last verse, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud. Notice that same spirit, kept back by fraud. Subtile. Just many other characteristics that are negative that are associated with Esau Edom, man. So we can't make this up, man. But the latter end says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the armies of Israel, man. So that those are the commanders that are going to speak on our behalf, and the generals and the lieutenants, man, the angels. Starting with Yahweh Shai at top, Allah Hayim, man. You got it, brother.
Let's see.
You still want to get that Ezekiel 35?
Yeah, you can get Ezekiel 35 out.
All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
That's right, man. So the sword, the different things that Esau used to trap up Jake, all right, to continue to keep him in that hole, in that pit, in that net, all right. And how about Shimei Shai is going to pursue him with the sword, with the same destruction, with the same curse, man. That cup is going to be passed on to you, man. All right, you're going to taste of the slavery and of the sword, all right, because the scriptures say, um, you know, if you get a town by blood, then that house or that kingdom the only way the land can be cleansed is of the blood who spilled it, man. All right. So the blood, all right, that you spilled, Esau, has to be, recompense, man, and it will be, all right. Down the Lord, man.
I'm not going to this whole chapter. I don't know how far down you want me to read.
Let me see. You can read some of it out. Let me see.
Stop at verse 6. Continue.
Get Amos 1 and 11. And then why do you get Psalm 83?
All right, this is Amos. This is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because, all right, now I was going to list them. It says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, all right, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
That's right, man. So basically, Esau didn't have any mercy on Jake, man. All right, as the scriptures say, what's that scripture that says pretty much like at the time of our iniquity had an end, but what Esau continued to.
That's it. Perpetual hatred.
Yeah, perpetual hatred, man. All right, he had that perpetual hatred and continued on, man. All right, continue to to whoop us, man, to abuse us. All right, to kill thy brother, man. All right. For that sake, it says that what the Lord is gonna pursue him with the sword, man.
Yep.
All right.
Right, and that's right now because it said when their iniquity had an end, and that's right now. Iniquity is ending, man. Yahushua is about to come and deliver us. So that perpetual hatred is ultimately going to be magnified and displayed more than it's ever been through Esau Edom, man. How much he hates the house of Jacob, man. How much he hates Yahushua, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to even come up against him with his weaponry, his armory, to fight against the Lord, man. I got that song. Okay,
I got one real quick. This is Zechariah chapter 1. Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. It says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. And who's the main heathen nation that's at ease right now? Esau Edom, because he's in his blessing, his rulership. It says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So Esau Edom, ever since he came out of the caves during the so-called Renaissance period, all right, the late 1300s, early 1400s, so forth. Okay, up to this current period in time, all Esau Edom has done was just help further the affliction of our people. Okay, just never let up. Like the brothers were going to, just perpetual, which means what? Continual. Just continual hatred, continual bloodshed, continual diseases being put, upon our people. Continual, continual everything that's evil that he could do to our people. Esau Edom has done it. He just helped further and further our affliction and tried to help further and further separate us from Yahweh Shema Shai. And so that's why, the Lord, 444. Look.
Nice.
444.
Allah Yahweh
Shema Shai. Hey, because that's what's getting ready to come to us, that 444 type mercy, that perfect mercy. All right, and the Lord is not going to have any mercy upon Esau Edom. Hell, even in the Zondervan, it goes into that. How Esau Edom was the only nation promised, no mercy from the Father, roughly paraphrasing it.
Yeah.
You want to speak on it?
I got a precept backing you up.
Hey, so, God. So, hey, the fact that Esau Edom has done nothing but further the affliction upon our people, the Lord is going to further his affliction upon him. So much to the point where he's going to, have a set date. Once we get into the kingdom, when the Lord is going to just completely exterminate these devils, these Edomites off the face of the earth.
I got two quick ones backing you up. You got it. This is Exodus 17:16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh had sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Ooh, hey, and who's Amalek? The top tribe, so to speak, of Esau Edom. So it said, plain and simple, the Lord has sworn, right? The Lord swore that he would make war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That's right.
And
Lord ain't a man that he should lie.
Mm-hmm. Right. And right now, generation of Amalekites are in the earth right now. So therefore what? Meaning what? That the Lord is still making war with these people. And so because of that, because these Amalekites, because these Edomites, they know prophecy. They know prophecy on the left hand side. And here it is, because these Amalekites, which are the small hats today, the people calling themselves the true chosen people in the whole land right now. Because they know and understand prophecy, well, just like we understand prophecy well, they know that the Lord is making war with them. So therefore, what? They're making war back against Yahweh Shema Shai by making war against us, His chosen people.
That's right.
By murdering us, enslaving us, putting this terrible abusing in front of us, promoting this wicked culture before our people. All right, those are all forms of Esau Edom through Amalek, who runs all of these top industries. Making war against us because the Lord is making war against them.
That's right. And this is another one backing the brother up. It's how, like you said, Esau, he's not letting up, man. He has his foot on Jake's neck, and that's spiritual because it was written in the law. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
All right. You want to speak on it?
I'll cut you off.
No, you got it.
Okay. All right. Read it one more time.
This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. If we were serving our enemies, then what's the identity of the servants? The enemies have an identity, and the servants have an identity. All right? Those servants were Jacob. Those enemies started with Esau Edom, pertaining to Psalms the 83rd chapter, which the brother got me holding. This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's right. So he's gonna put a yoke of iron around our neck until he have destroyed thee, man. And he did that during slavery. Now we have a spiritual yoke, all right, around our neck, man. All right, that yoke of his philosophies, man, of his doctrine. All right, not per se the men of the Lord, but the rest of Israel, man. They are caught up in the world, man.
Yeah.
All right, they're caught up into his net, right, in his pit. All right, and that's and what like the scripture said, you shall go to him for the one of all things. You know, that brings everything else that this man has, man. All right, Israel pretty much makes this man, you know, pretty much made Esau their God, man. All right, they're dependent on this man to be able to give them all the things that they have, not knowing it's really the Lord that gives you the things that you need, man, every day. All right. I got one backing you up. This is Proverbs 4. You was done on that?
Yeah, brother.
All right. This is Proverbs 4 and 16, and it says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall."
I
Man.
was looking for that one. What's that one, bro?
Proverbs 4 and 16.
The why.
So I'm gonna read again. It says Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall." Man. All right. So they practice, or they think about these things, man. They think about how to destroy the Israelites, man. How can I further kill them, man? All right. Whether it be by the sword, whether it be by their philosophies, whether it be by their medicine, all right, financially destroy them. Again, we have to go to this devil for the one of all things. So we're 2/3 of our Israel are at his disposal, man. But we rely on Yahweh by Shemi Shai, though. All right. But that's it on that, though. If you possibly had something, no, I think I got another one too. Let's see.
You got it, man.
No, I ain't got nothing.
All right. I had a quick one. All right. This is just going back into the lesson. All right. From the war in the womb to the war in heaven. So now you had that same spirit from the beginning with the serpent through Cain, through Esau, Edom, and we track that through Amalek. All right. So now you have that nation of people ruling on the planet Earth today, who's now about to go up against the Most High with their weaponry, with their image, with their philosophies, and they're gonna lay it all on the line, man. All right. Military-wise, they're gonna give all their strength that they have, man. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12. All right, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. And there was a war in heaven. Notice we've been bringing out that word war. Could you get that word war out? Notice we've been bringing out that word war, and it's been coming up time after time. And the Lord said he's sworn to have a war with Amalek upon generation. Now, we're at the last generation of Amalek, man. All right? Those are those raw spirits of those Edomites, those ancient Edomites. We see it in the spirit of them, man. It's all in them, man. So the Most High is going to ultimately have that war and plead with you at Yahweh Shaphat, man, mountain of truth. All right, the valley of decision. That's where he's going to ultimately do real with you, forever, Esau. And then those of you that flee in these underground bunkers, all right, and these different as the scriptures say, the clefts of the rocks, we're going to hunt you out of there, man. All right, bring you into captivity, and then after that 1,000-year period, hey, man, extermination. You got it, brother. All right, you can break it down.
All right, this is the word war from Revelation 12 and 7. I'm going to let this play.
Strong's G 4171. Polymos. Polymos.
All right, polymos. It says a war, a fight, a battle, a dispute, strife, quarrel. Okay, so basically the Lord, all right, these Edomites and their Air Force and their Space Force are going to be fighting against Yahweh Shai and the angels, right, in the heavens. That's what that war in heaven is all about. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, getting into a fist fight with the Most High in the heavens, and the Lord kicking Satan out of the spiritual realm,
right,
down to the earth. All right, landing in a random baseball field somewhere, and then got up and walked it off. No, that war in heaven is ultimately talking about, again, Esau, Edom, and his Space Force and his Air Force fighting against Yahushua and the chariots in the actual heavens, in the sky. Okay?
Yep. And to prove that, this is Sirach 21 and 27. When the ungodly curses Satan, he cursed his own soul. Why does he curse his own soul if he curses Satan? Because Satan himself is an angel of light, man. All right? He does the works on the behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All the way back to Job, the 2nd chapter. When the sons of God came, Satan was there also. Why? Because Satan is a son of the Most High, man. On the left-hand side. He was there also in council. All right? It quoted in Job, the 2nd chapter, Satan, from whence thou coming? Where you coming from? And he said, what? From walking to and fro throughout the earth. All right? Satan's physical counterpart is Esau, Edom. All right? These philosophies walk to and fro throughout the earth. This witchcraft, this sorcery, this vibration of America, this image, is throughout the whole entire earth right now, man. All right? So that's not talking about pitchforks, Satan, being cast out. The same mindset comes with, angels had sex with women. That's all wrapped up in that philosophy. All right? And that's easily cut by the scriptures in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got it, huh? You got any more on war?
No, that was it.
I got some on war, just backing the brother up. This that word war in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I'm just get to the meat of it. It says, for Israelites, war had a religious significance. It says priests often accompanied Israel's armies into battle. Battles begun with sacrificial rites, and after consulting the divine oracle, blowing of trumpet throughout land announced call to arms. Significant. All right. In the latter end, it says, war sometimes settled by single combat, and prisoners were sold into slavery or killed. Sold into slavery or killed. Booty, which goes into goods, was equally divided. And that's the same thing that's going to come out of this war, man. All right. We're going to have prisoners that are going to be ultimately taken, all right, and what? Put into slavery. And we're also going to capture their goods, man. The scriptures say booty, man. All right, the treasures, okay? Because Esau, Edom, like it said in James 5th chapter, you store up these riches and you heap them up, man, for the last days. You got it, brother. Back in that Revelation 12 and 7, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. What's that dragon? 7 heads, 10 horns. All right, EU and the NATO, that system, man. This image that they're pushing. All right, there's military power behind EU and the NATO, man. All right, it's not just a name. Okay, there's countries with actual fiery darts, nuclear capabilities. All right, that are going to end this current fashion of this world as we know it, man. It's going to help the Lord along with Yahushua on those chariots. It says, and the dragon fought at his angels. When you go into angels, it goes into messengers. That's going into Esau's militaries, man. They're going to be fighting and giving it all they got, all right? Like it tells you in 2nd Ezra's, I believe it said they should be scared, but there's fight, man. So they're going to be scared, but there's fight. Is that talking about literal you squaring up with somebody in the middle of the street because they ran into your mailbox? No, man. That's talking about the Son of Man himself pleading with all the militaries on the planet Earth, man. Coming at him at once, him and the angels, man. All right? The power of Sabaoth. It says, and prevail not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. And this is often misinterpreted. All right? It says, neither were their place found anymore in heaven. Oh, Satan got kicked out of heaven. There was a war in heaven. All right? They had angels were coming in and out. They were taking the women, taking them back to the heavens. No, that's confusion, man. All right? That heaven is a state of rulership that Esau is going to be taken out of, like it's quotes in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Going back to the Old Testament again. How is he falling down to the sides of the pit? Now he's in hell. Slavery is interchangeable. You have wars now. Okay, well, we taking your land. We putting you in slavery now. Oh, they rose up out of slavery. That's like it on to us. What's the latter end? It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Notice it says that old serpent from the beginning, man. That old serpent that grew, man, unto this prideful, diabolical beast, pushing the image, a dragon. But it says, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, meaning his military. they're not going to have a place found for them, man. Esau's military, Russia, North Korea, Iran, Turkey. These countries are going to be, like the scripture says, who shall not be beaten to powder at his presence, man. You got it now. That was it.
About what?
I was going to tell you, I'm holding that Psalms 83.
Okay, I just wanted to back the brother up on the war. All right, this is Revelations 19 and 19. And it says, "And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war with him that sat on the horse and against his army." All right, and that beast is talking about, the ancient Roman Empire. All right, that was that dragon. All right, or that beast that was wounded, that whose wound was healed. And has been reincarnated into Babylon the Great today. All right, and it says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which is Esau." All right.
What chapter you reading?
19 and
Revelation 19.
Yeah.
Call out in the time of the show.
Revelations 19 and 20. All right. And it says that wrought miracles before him. It says, which he deceived them that
You
received.
start from the top of the show.
All right. This is which one is that? 20 or 19?
Wherever you start.
All right. Revelations 19 and 19. "And I saw the beast and the kings of them on the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army." All right, and that's talking about Yahushai. All right, and what Esau's army, man, his so-called angels, his military, his air force. All right, his space station. All right,
That white horse.
yeah,
Faithful and true. And the outcome of that war is gonna be faithful and true for Israel. It's gonna be everything that the Lord said it was. That's faithful. Something faithful is it pertained and it stayed and it did everything it said it was gonna do. And everything that we read upon Yahushua being the volume of the book is gonna come to pass. We don't see those things, man. Just think about that. We're in the mindset of biblical times. We see the world. This is a matrix. This is a matrix. The cars have been going past us, for us. People just living their daily life. We occupy the prophecy right here, man. And that's what's going to have us above these people and laughing at the face of danger, laughing at all these things going on. Because we know we're in the shadow of the Almighty. So that's a confident spiritual laugh, man. That's not a laugh of, haha, I'm just dwelling in my wickedness. No, man, that's the spirit of Esau. And that's the spirit that the Lord divided us from the beginning, man. So now that old serpent has grown, and the only way to kill that serpent is to knock that head off. Get that head real good and take it off, man. And that's what's going to happen to the wicked. Again, you got it, right?
all right, and it says, "And the beast was taken, and with him false prophet that wrote."
Right, the Roman Catholic Church, that false prophet, man. They push that image, and a lot of you jakes on that Roman Catholic Church, man. You so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man, following those dumb idols, which have no breath in them, and speak not, man, and can heal not. So that Roman Catholic Church is going to be cast down to that fire, man. The fashion of this world is going to be taken away, man, and all the devices thereof. You got it, man.
And it says, "Them that had received the charisma of the beast, and them that worship his image, those both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone." That's it. So basically, everybody that submitted to this system, all right, by taking that stamp, it's pretty much going to be burnt up in what, the lake of fire, man. All right, in the presence of the Lamb and the holy angels and 144,000, man. All right, that's pretty much it on that.
I'm going to Psalms 83.
We kind of passed that one. Kind of going to something else. Let's see. All right.
2 Edges 13:30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. So you're gonna have wars on different playing fields. You're gonna have civil wars. You're gonna have class wars. You're gonna have political wars. You're gonna have so-called labor union wars, workforce wars. All right, all birth pains and shaking this place up to ultimately what? Overthrow it and destroy it, man. All right. But it says one people against another, one realm against another, because Yahweh Shai is coming from another realm, man. All right. And there's going to be going on. There's going to have war. So like you got tongue tied. You're going to have war within another realm. You're going to have war in so-called space. There's going to be going on, man. All right. Against another realm, against the people from this realm, man. All right. So the Most High is, like the scriptures tell you. Let me just get this real quick. I can just back that up real quick. This is Exodus 15:3. It says, the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. And you can liken that onto Esau, Edom, and his weaponry, his armories, man. All right? And their host. Okay? They're going to be cast into that sea of what? That sea of fire, that lake of fire. All right? It says, hath he cast into the sea, his chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea, man. And you have it, man. You got it, brother.
Yeah, some I'm lost.
I'm looking for something particular. Got one?
Yeah, coming right up real quick. As a matter of fact, let me get this. Let me get this real quick. All right, this is Psalms chapter 68, verse Psalms chapter 68. I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, "He that is our power is the power of salvation." All right, and that's Yahweh B'Shem Shai. It says, and unto the Most High Yahweh, the Lord, belong the issues from death. Okay, verse 21. But the Most High Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp, all right, and the hairy scalp of such as one as goeth on still in his trespasses. All right, so the Lord said that he's going to wound the hairy scalp. All right, he's going to wound the head of our enemies, which are these heathen nations and their governments and their armies and so on and so forth. But specifically, he also said that he's going to wound, all right, the hairy scalp of the one that goes on in his trespass. All right, and that hairy scalp, who can we easily associate that with? Esau, Edom. You know, going back to Genesis 25, right? It said that Esau came out red like a hairy garment. Okay, so that hairy scalp, okay, can easily be applied to Esau, Edom. So out of all the heathen nations that the Lord's gonna, that Yahushua and the angels are gonna come back to take down, all right, the main heathen nation that they're gonna take down in womb, all right, is these Edomites. Okay, so, starting with their elites, all right, their power structure, that you know, the NATO, the EU, okay, their technology, their weapons, all right. Hey, the Lord's gonna get it in with these devils, you know.
Yep.
I got one. This is Isaiah 42 and 13. It says, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yeah, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. All right. And who is the enemies? The same people that are the enemies of the children of Israel, man. All right. The head or the chief people of Esau, which is Amalek. It says, I have long time hold my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. All right, so Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, man, he's going to devour all those, all right, that touch pretty much his woman, man, all right, which is Israel. All right, he's going to devour them at once, man. All right, as the scriptures say, I will not meet thee as a man, man. He's coming in that angelic body, man. That body of war, man. You know, he gets that body of war, man. All right.
It's going to be a big body of fire, because fire is a devouring agent. This is Habakkuk 3 and 11. It says, Habakkuk 3 and 11, the sun and the moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Running to those nuclear missiles. All right. Thou did march through the land in indignation. Thou did thresh the heathen in anger. And ultimately, actually, Hawashai trying that wine press, man. All right. He's going to thrust through these heathen nations, man, and their weaponry. All right. And the way that he's going to go about thrusting through them, all right, is going to show and display the anger that he had for these nations, man, and how much he disliked them, and how much he wasn't pleased by the way they handled his chosen vessels. But it says, verse 13, just backing the mind you up, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, the Lord's people are Israel, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou wounded the head out of the house of the wicked. According to Malachi, Esau Edom is the order of wickedness, man. All right? Thou wounded the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. When Yahweh Shemiel Shai discovered Esau's foundation unto the neck, everything you're brewing up, Esau, all your plans, all your wicked thoughts, the Most High has discovered them and made it known unto us, and the whole earth is flooded with the knowledge of your wickedness, Esau. Thus say Yahweh Shemiel Shai. They know who the culprit is. They know who that man behind that mask on Scooby-Doo is, man. That's you, Esau. You got it out.
All right, this is Revelations 1 and 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him. Also, amen. All right, so, you know, Yahweh Shai, when he gets back, you know, those people who pierced the man, who pierced him on the cross, all right, they're gonna they're gonna see him, man. All right, the Lord knows their spirit as well, man. That proves that they have reincarnation. All right, a lot of people don't believe in that, man. But why does that say that here, man? All right, it says also they would pierce them, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of them, even so him, amen. All right, so those men that pierced the man, they're back here on the earth, and only to the Lord. This only been what 2.5 days, So, the Lord's time is different than our time, man. So the Lord is ready to get to acting, man. He's ready to go up against these different nations, man. Go up against Esau.
Flex a little.
Yeah, God. That's right. All right, that's it on that up.
All right, this is Ezekiel 35. All right, going further into the judgment of Esau Edom. All right, Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start from verse 13 and read all the way down. Ezekiel 35 and 13. It says, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Talking about Esau Edom and how he's boasting himself against Yahweh Shema Shai through his science, his technology, okay, all these different things that he has set up, which is all pseudos at the end of the day, which pseudos means, falsehood, deceits, lies. Right. And when you go into prophecy, that's what this fourth beast system will be all about. Blaspheming the Most High and His Son and His tabernacle and them that dwell in the heavens. Okay, and so all these blasphemies that Esau Edom has done, the Lord said that He's heard them. Okay, as well as seen them. All right, it says, verse 14, thus saith the Lord power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. See that? So when the Lord makes Esau Edom and his beast system desolate, when he takes Esau Edom out of power, that's when the whole entire earth is going to rejoice. Because this whole world, the whole entire creation as a whole is suffering because of this man and his rulership. You know, all the things that he's doing to the waters, that he's doing to the animals, that he's doing to the foods, all right, to the air that we breathe.
Yep.
Okay, this whole the whole entire creation groaneth, all right, because of this man in his wicked rulership. You want to see something?
I'm just agreeing with you guys.
Man. And so, hey, so even the Lord Himself is saying that the whole earth is going to rejoice when this man gets taken down. All right, but it says, verse 15, verse 15, Ezekiel 35 and 15, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was made desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea. All right, all Idumea is just the Greek way of saying Edom. It says, and all Idumea, even all of it, all right, every last one of these Edomites, right, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Hey, because the Lord said that in Genesis, the 3rd chapter as well. He said, he shall bruise thy heel. So Esau, Edom, he rejoiced at that. Our heel being bruised, us being down, us being in a low place. He took full advantage of it. Over advantage of it, man. Look what he's doing on the planet Earth. He's trying to literally put a digital image inside of us, man. The Most High's holy chosen vessel that the Most High created, man. You trying to go against the game plan, man. So the Most High gonna hit that. When you up by 30, then next thing you know, you see the other team just laughing and giving each other high fives. Next thing you know, the lead start decreasing. Now it's 15. And they still laughing, just, we got him. Doing little layups. Now the lead is 3. Then they still laughing. They like, oh, wait, hold on. We laughing, but we got to get a shot in. Now that lead is 1. Then you get a buzzer beater hit on you, man. Then all your dreams are shattered. That's going to be like it on the Esau, man. His dreams, his apparitions, his enterprise is going to be foiled, man. And like a bad guy on any movie, when that plan is foiled, man, they totally bugged out and caught off guard, man. Caught in the wind, like, you serious? That astonishment, man, is going to come on to you now, Esau, that curse, that byword that was placed upon us, man, throughout the whole earth, that stain that the Lord put upon us, man. Now it's going to be on you, Esau, and the rest of you heathen nations. You got that. I got a quick one. This 2nd Ezra 13 and 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, that him being Yahushua, those gathered together, all those nations in their nuclear capabilities, all right, in their military, talking about the highest of heights of their armory and weaponry, giving it all they have. It says, they were so afraid and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, see, they didn't come in peace. It came in violence, man. They came to try to destroy Yahushua, man. All right? To try to take over. It says, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. You see? And that's Yahushua, man. All right, trodden in that winepress, man. That great sickle, that harvest, man, of these other nations being reaped, all right? Being put into that great fire, that great pit, man. That's what's up next for America and these other nations, man. And Esau, Edom, their head is going to be wounded unto death. What you got, Doc?
I got one. This is let's see what I can start at. Okay, I can start at one. This is Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, woe unto him that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, man. So our people, they don't seek the Lord, man. They trust in this American system, and they trust in their armory, man. They believe the same way Esau believes that this country can't be overtaken by anybody else, man. All right, and it says Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity, man. So Yahweh Shai is gonna rise up against what? The evildoers, man. All right, the ones that oppress, that have oppressed our people, man. All right, it says, now the Egyptians are men and not Yahweh, and their horses flesh and not spirit. Going into Esau's, military, man. It says, stretch out his hand both that he helped shall fall, and that he that is hope shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. It says, for thus has the Lord spoken unto me like a lion, and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abide from himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. So Yahweh Shai is going to come to fight, all right, to get back to Israel, man. Predominantly the elect first, man. All right, that's what it starts with. And it says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. So the Lord's going to preserve, the elect, man. All right, by way of the chariots, man. All right, he's going to deliver the elect and destroy Babylon by way of the chariots. That's not really the way that's looking for, but that would be. That was a good one. My brother had anything?
You got anything, Mike? No. You got it, Omar. You can take us out.
All right. All right, with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, expressing this truth and sincerity. Lord willing, we'll see you on the highways and the byways tomorrow. All right, until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
All right, Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Right. Shalom, Akim.